Good morning. It's 11:40 a.m. on Monday the 15th of June, and I wanted to do a video to be able to upload to Twitter to say, hey, how you going? I'm still alive. The abuse inside my home has stopped. It's been good for, well, ever since I blurted it out on that video, to be honest. It just suddenly stopped. And the guy I had staying here with me, I had to ask him to leave. So I actually can't log on to Twitter on my phone to do live videos. So that's why I've got to just do a video diary on my phone, and then I'll have to jump on the laptop and upload the video that way. So that's part of the hacking issues that I've been struggling with now really seriously for 6 to 12 months. It's like when I try to log into the X app on my phone, it just throws up this error message, you know, as though you're getting the password wrong or whatever, but I'm putting the right password in. And so it sort of seems to me I feel like it's an e-safety officer thing, where it's like they get the IP address of my phone and block me from being able to log into X. Possibly because I haven't done the digital ID shit. So I thought, well, I'll try recording a video on my phone, uploading it that way. And because the other thing I noticed when I was online last time, which is a couple of months ago now, all of my live videos from last year have disappeared. They've all been deleted from the back end on X. I can't even access them myself to be able to download them or anything. You know, they're not in the studio section anymore, and I'm just like, what the fuck? This is so disappointing. Like, that's a year's worth of content that's just disappeared. And you know, that's all of my research for the family, and just, you know, it's a lesson of sorts. Maybe I was getting too lazy with my content, you know, it's too easy just to press the go live button and stuff. So there's lots of things I can't talk about on this video. It is 3 minutes and 33 seconds on the time. 333. I will have to look up the meaning of 333. Lots of things that I can't talk about. It's not that I've been given gag orders. I have been given a lot of threats. You know, right at the moment they are using the mental health team to silence me. You know, with threats to throw me back into the mental health wards, threats to force me onto medication. I can't really say anything more than that at this point in time, because I've got just lots of legal matters and stuff that I'm dealing with at the minute, that I just have to be on my best behaviour on videos. And what was the other thing? Yeah, so I'm feeling heaps better now. I've had a couple of months offline. I just needed to go into a really deep sort of healing stage. And I've sort of had a lot of jobs I've had to sort of tick off the list to get back on track. You know, I had to get my car back. That ended up costing me bloody $1,800. Managed to get a new laptop because my old laptop was hacked up to the wazoo. You know, just took care of all those sorts of things. Didn't manage to get any like financial assistance or anything from anyone, but I'm pretty used to that. That's why I'm fiercely independent. You know, I'm that kind of difficult woman where I'd sit here and say, oh, would you mind helping me with this? And then when you come to help me, I'll be like, oh, I feel uncomfortable about accepting money from you. Anyway. So yeah, I've had a few big jobs I've had to take care of. And I've managed to tick a heap of jobs off the list. So I sort of feel like I can jump back online now and start doing some research. I miss jumping online and doing research, so that'll be a good distraction for me from the real life things. So if there's any pressing topics that any of my friends want to brainstorm with me or go down the rabbit hole with me, tag me in your comments, or you know, refer me to some of the stuff that's going on at the moment. I've got to play a bit of catch up. I haven't really been online much at all over the past couple of months. I sort of have still been on Instagram, just sort of scrolling casually, but I don't get a whole lot of the world news, conspiracy stuff, truther stuff on my Instagram. It's a bit more, I was going to say easy listening, easy scrolling. Anyway, but I have seen overnight, there's a profile on Instagram called Deepfake Quotes, and it's a person in a mask that looks like Anonymous, and they shared the photo of, or the AI image of Trump with the supposed Nordic aliens. Oh my goodness. God was not happy. It's like, you do not try to destiny swap with the chosen one. Like, OMG. OMG. So, I think that was possibly the little boot up the bum that I had to be like, righto, time to get back online, girlfriend, and set some shit straight. So, he just wants to steal everyone's fucking destinies. Honestly. You remember when he was on the Peace on Earth mission? I was like, fuck off, mate. You know that's my mission. Like, does he just run around gaslighting all of the fucking light workers and shit? So sick of that dude. Just so over it. And like, Melania just disappeared for like 27 days or something, fell off the radar, and then she's come back. Something about donating money for foster children, something along those lines. But I saw all these quick flash shot images of her and Trump, and like, she doesn't want to hold his hand, she doesn't want to walk near him. If you look at her body language towards Trump at the moment, it's just like she's disgusted in him for some reason. So, trouble's in paradise there, as far as I can see. You know, maybe she's discovered that, you know, Trump Esplanade on the Gaza Strip, it's like, it's just so distasteful. Like, Blue, you said something that the quote just sticks in my head. It was like, You know, how dare you build a resort over the bones of dead children? You know, like, it's the epitome of greed. Greed is a sin. So, Trump is not protected by God. He's a sinner. Like, of the highest level. So, I better not say anything more than that, otherwise I'll be seen to be bloody making threats to the president or something, but it's just like, dude, I'm also psychic. I have visions of the future, I see stuff. I just can't always verbalise what I see because sometimes people think it's me actually making a threat to them. Nope. That's what being a seer is. You see into the future. The furthest I've got proof of seeing into the future is about 2 years. But that was the level I was at back in 2022. It's like my abilities are fast forwarded. Now I can see stuff in a lot more real time these days, almost as it's happening. So that's where some people are like, you just always seem to show up or call or text when I needed someone to help with something or whatever, you know. So it's like when I refer to myself as an earth angel, it's not me being egotistical. A lot of people probably think of it like that, but it's taken me a long time to accept it and to verbalise it. And that's been a process of many, many years of people literally saying to me, you've been an angel in my life today, you know. So through connecting with many other light workers and star seeds, spiritual folk on the internet, I've just become a lot more confident with just calling it as it is. I'm like, supposedly what I am, and that's why I have a direct connection with God. God's my boss. I'm a little Aussie Earth Angel. Shout out to all the other Earth Angels on the Peace on Earth mission. And, well, for that sake, shout out to all the other beings globally, galactically, that are on the Peace on Earth mission. So, may all the prophets rise. Can anybody tell me how many prophets there are? I do not claim to be religious. Just because I believe in God, source, universe, whatever you want to call it, for me it is same. You don't have to be religious to believe in a greater power. And every religion just has a different name for it, basically. So, I think people need to realise that there is just more than one prophet. You know, there is a chosen one for many different missions. So, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm the chosen one to be the first contactee with off-world beings. I think that chosen one has already happened in the past, hasn't it? So, you want to talk about aliens, you want to talk about ETs, I'm all about that shit. All about talking about that, because I'm connected to the Pleiades. And that's why I always like to have the tunes. The Pleiades love to boogie. Palladians, sorry. Pleiades is the star system. The Palladian, it's the Seven Sisters. And I'm fortunate enough that I can see the Seven Sisters every night from my backyard. So I grew up in the country Australia, small town, 2,500 people. And when I finished year 12, I went off to the city, lived in the city for about 20 years. And then when I started my spiritual awakening, I just wanted to get back out in the country. And I'm so glad I did, because, you know, looking at some of the stuff that's happening in the cities at the moment with these data centres, have you seen them? Like, holy dooly, that actually makes me want to throw up. Pardon me. Let me clear my throat. They look like concentration. Can't even say it. They look like concentration camps, guys. How many of you have been to Auschwitz, Birkenau? Like, Auschwitz was brick buildings with like electricity and stuff. Birkenau was like wooden logs. So when I went to Poland, I was like, holy shit, you know, like they've had to have a full construction crew come in and build all of these brick buildings that were the concentration camp rooms. You know, those rooms were full of bunks and stuff. A whole family was jammed into a room if they were lucky to be kept together. But most of them were all separated off. Men this way, women that way, children that way. Stripped them naked, took all their belongings, melted down their jewellery. It was there was like a room that they just put like a glass wall in, and it was full of hairbrushes and stuff. Anyway, I prefer to not talk about that anymore. Yeah, should probably end that conversation there. 17 minutes and 41 seconds on the time. I'm going to finish this video up now. I hope you're all doing well. Shout out to those of you who have been sending me love and support to help me get back on track. I'm feeling heaps better. So soldier on, and remember the mission at hand. Peace.